What's happening, YouTubials? It's your boy, the Toothless Wonder, coming back with another video. This one will be in reference to, and I'm piggyback off one I did previously, in reference to nation building. When I think of nation building, I think of building a nation. Well, I guess technically we don't have our own, but even if you look at scripture, right? Building a nation, even in the midst of a nation, growing, establishing, trading amongst yourselves, so on and so forth. And I believe we're on the precipice of that. So what does that look like? Even for those who aren't necessarily spiritual, and I don't think it can happen without the governance or the anointing of the Most High. But let's just say in society, we've attempted to do that, right? I'm talking about not like Black Wall Street time. I'm talking about like currently, right? And it's not set up or meant to happen. I don't know. Now I know like small business owners, so on and so forth, right? But we don't see a lot of like black CEOs. We see black entertainers, black athletes, but we don't see black people owning any of these like super conglomerates. Or if they do, they sell. The power is actually in the ownership. Now I can see, depending on what your plan is, okay, you sell to get whatever fake paper money to then do something with that. But the paper money is losing value. So you're essentially selling whatever you've built or position yourself to own for to get something that will have no value in the future. It's just in this construct or in this bubble of Babylonian society. Now, as it currently has value, you can leverage that to own things that you'll need in the future. But like I was saying, back to like, what does that look like now? A lot of times, and it's just my perspective, what I see is black people coming together to do things that are in alignment with the value system of the society. So we'll build or we'll become business partners, right? To then, get a mortgage on a home in a nicer community. Not saying anything wrong with it. We'll take the trips to wherever and we'll congregate and we'll go to these fine European restaurants or resorts, but we're not building anything that others can utilize. It's really for the, not saying nothing wrong with it, it's really to uplift ourselves in a fallen society. But I don't see those individuals stepping off the path. And I'm not saying there are people that aren't. I see little Facebook stuff here and there about people do stuff. But a lot of times when I see it done, it's done in the benefit, whether they see it or not, of the society already at large. No one is building their own or coming together to build their own separately, to operate separately from the financial system, to maybe get their niche into whatever sector of society, to extract from it for the longevity of those. Like, we're not building with longevity involved. We're building for societal standard purposes. And I don't know everybody's situation. I don't know a lot of people that think like this. But I tend to believe that those that like do that adopt, the society of or the identity of, I'm this person in this type of society. I have this type of car. I live in this particular area. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. Like, typically when you step off or try to do, what I'm alluding to, you don't have the social acceptance, which me personally I'm not looking for. Why would I want social acceptance in a society that is imploding? That's like attempting to renovate a house with flood damage. To me, um, and here's what I was getting to. Nation building outside of spirituality would probably look like I link with a few brothers or a business partner to establish a business to solidify ourselves moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Like not having anything to do with the current construct. And I think that's where a lot of the stuff falls apart because it's done in the parameters of the society. Not I established a business to sustain myself if the economy, the society, politically, spiritually, whatever, falls apart. And we see the signs all around us. But when I just go out in the regular society or I talk to people at work or whatever the case may be, none of that seems to be the end goal or even the initial goal. It's to, maintain or establish or solidify a better lot in the current construct. That ain't gonna work. A partner of mine, like we have certain goals, da da da, but it's actually for the purpose of me and him to get outside of the country. And I'm more of the, I guess, quote unquote mastermind when it comes to that, as far as just the vision of living a different type from what we've already seen or what's already been promoted to us. Um, but then again, outside of the establishment of the Most High, um, it's hard to get black people together on that type of accord. And I'm pretty sure those have done it and so on and so forth. But I see people like buying land and stuff, but I'm not saying nothing wrong with that. It's like we're in a bubble and we can't think outside the bubble. We don't think anything else exists. And we probably won't until we see the illusion of this thing fall apart. Like typically here in America, in the illusion of wealth, however, you don't own anything. But yet we see all the super wealthy people own the company. They own the land. You see what I'm saying? Like the clothes, the car, that's not ownership. All that stuff depreciates. They're not producing anything that has a reciprocal or reoccurring value. You see what I'm saying? Once I spend this, it's gone. It's not like I spend this on this and then it recycles back to me as like an investment. You know what I'm saying? Even typically, we look at investments as stocks, and that's not my thing. Stocks, bonds, and all that stuff, which again is tied to the system. An investment for me would be a combine. You know what I'm saying? Something that I can use to not only produce, whatever crop or harvest it rather, but continue to do it on a reoccurring basis based on the seasons of the year. You know what I'm saying? And for me, it's very hard to have these type of conversations because I'll make valid points like I'm making now. It's like, yeah, you're right. But that's where their brains, like, we're not going to do anything about it. But typically, once you attempt to do something about it, it's too late. So I know a lot of brothers, such as myself, or at least this is my mindset. As much as I would love to come together with brothers and, you know what I'm saying, on a common, a lot of time when you deal with black people, they want max benefit, minimum, effort. Unless it has something that's already attached to society. Like, you'll go hard on a job or whatever. But let's say, man, if we pitch in this amount of weed, we can buy this and do. It'll always be something popping up. You know what I'm saying? Or not saying stuff don't pop up. But if it pop up with me, okay, here's what happened, and here's what I'm doing to rectify it. It's just like, well. So even the spiritual, I only think it's ordained for a certain remnant to be a part of it, which I pray I'm a part of. And I had this issue as well. Like I've been kind of walking this isolated path for so long. Now, my human desire is to connect and build with other like-minded brothers, but an application, because I've done it so long, it's kind of uncomfortable stepping out of that. You know what I mean? Not saying I don't trust brothers that are, it's just, I just don't have a track record of doing it, especially in this season or version of life with who I am now. You know what I'm saying? I was very open to it at one point, but I got so disappointed with the behavior and the character that I'm like, man, I just do it on my own, which has served me to some degree. But you also need to recognize when something doesn't serve you anymore and quickly adjust. So I pray to the Most High that He send people my way and make me open minded to playing my role. Because even when I play ball or whatever, um, I ain't gotta be the superstar. Even though I probably had superstar skills, I'm gonna play whatever role on the squad that'll get us the W and ultimately the championship. You see what I'm saying? Um, even within a nation, like take America. Like if the track now we view the trash man as maybe on a lower rung, right? But let him not pick up the trash for 2 weeks. It starts to look like Mad Max. You need all those people in a society or a nation to make it run. If everyone's the boss and no one's doing the work, no work gets done. But if everyone's a worker and no one's the boss, there's no leadership. Like you need all of that. Um, this is just super spectacular to me. But then again, no, it's not. And we're on the precipice of the pagan holiday of Thanksgiving, which people come to my house, so I'll leave work and stop and say hello and all that. But I'm gone again. And even if I wasn't working, I still wouldn't do it because I don't like participating. I don't like it. Why I just can't say, hey, we all getting together this day and we're gonna do this? Why does we have to mandate? You know what I mean? And we're actually celebrating and praising and joyful on a day that's actually dedicated to the annihilation of the American Native Indians. Huh? That'd be like, that'd be like having a celebration or a holiday on the day that the slave ship landed and everybody get together and make it festive, right? Wouldn't that be a slap in the face? You know what I'm saying? Crazy, yeah. I don't know, but I got muscle on the pain. And I'm kind of mad myself because I'm sick, right? So I'm trying to nurse that. And I'm not like super duper sick. I just don't have all the strength and a lot of energy, you know what I'm saying? So I haven't been able to do with, like exercise and do this and do that. And, you know what I mean? To make things seem productive. To make, things seem productive. So I do have to like, fall back so I can get better, so I can get back to it. You know what I mean? And I just pray the Most High just lead me. Because even though I know what to do, I'm kind of lost about how to go about doing it with, certain obligations financially, time restraints, so on and so forth. But I've seen him fold time up and put me on par with everybody else in a I guess a social stance, right? But I'm leaps and bounds spiritually, mentally, emotionally beyond everyone I'm around because of what I went through when I was seemingly was left behind. Um, I'm gonna start making more just in reference to nation building and um coming together, and not just nation, but coming out of these value systems. Like I was talking to my partner I work with, right? He's a younger cat, got the baby mama drama. He's paying out the yin yang for one child. You know what I mean? Some ridiculous number. And what was I gonna say? Oh, so I was asking. I said, "Yo, bro." So I was kind of explaining to him like why I believe what I believe and move how I move. So I said, "Cuz of all the black people, how many functional, harmonious black relationships you know of?" I only think he thought for it. He said 0. That's insane, man. Technically, you can't build anything without the family unit and structure in place. But when we had this where everybody, where it's almost like a badge of or something to be proud of being sneaky or getting the attention of others outside of your union, that's not going to care about you the same way the person you live with is. You know what I'm saying? All and everyone's out here, and here I'm kind of sliding off topic. Everyone out here broken. As I've healed, I've now known how broken everyone else is, which also kind of separates me in the sense of you can't really build with broken people. Now you can be on a path of healing, but I don't see a whole lot of that. I don't think people really want to be healed. They just want to be patched up enough to look alright. You know what I mean? I think even too, myself, I wasn't even thinking about no healing. I was thinking about patching myself up so I could do some things, outwardly. And praise the Most High, right? Okay, I can do that, but it's not going to sustain unless I have the internals and the integrity to uphold whenever life comes, whether it be good or bad. You know what I'm saying? Yo, America has really decimated us spiritually, internally. I think Marcus Garvey had a famous quote saying, if the black man, i.e., black woman, black people as a whole, drink from the waters of Western civilization, meaning its belief systems, its value systems, he was like, we'll die from its effects. And that's what we're saying. Black people are dead. Even the people who do well financially, there's no spirit or life to them to me. Everything is about the outward. Nothing, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. That shit crazy, yo. I feel like an alien down here sometimes. Like, I can't relate to anybody. Other than a few people that I listen to on YouTube who say similar things or help guide me along stuff that I was already perceiving. Man, this is me. I'm gonna start making more of these type of content just about nation building and the steps I'm doing without getting in a whole bunch of detail. This is the boy signing out. Ooh,